UFC 303. Here's my experience.
I see my haters proud of me now. When I'm around, it's all smiles. I took over my whole town.
I know this video is coming out a little bit later than usual, but I've had some stuff going on, so better late than never. But let's get into it. The first prelim of the night that I want to talk about was the very first fight of the night. We take Vinicius Oliveira versus Ricky Simon. Vinicius Oliveira looked fantastic in my opinion. Striking looked clean and crisp. I agree with the decision. I don't feel like it was kind of a close fight in my opinion, but Vinicius Oliveira proves that he's going to be a problem in the future in my opinion. The next fight I want to talk about is my guy Peyton Talbot KOing Giannis Gamori, however you say his name. Very fast, 19 seconds. Can't really get too much faster than that. 1-2 down the middle, out of there, get him out of there, nice, clean, and polished. Do I think Peyton Talbot is ready for a top 15 fighter? Yes. Do I want to see him fight a top 15 fighter? No. I feel like he should get some more experience. I mean, he is only, what, 11-0, 10-0, somewhere around there. I feel like he could, I think it values him more to get more experience before going up to fight some of these better guys, in my opinion. But what do you guys think? How did y'all feel about his performance? Let me know. The next fight I want to talk about is my guy, Jean Silva, taking the win over Charles Jourdain. Jean Silva is actually coming off of another win already against Drew Dober in Denver. Kind of insane the pace he's going at. I mean, he fought upper weight class in altitude and looked fantastic in it. I think he's going to be an absolute problem coming very, very soon, if not already. Nothing but finishes in his last 3 fights. Can't really get too much better than that. What do you guys want to see next from Silva? I think he's going to be somebody that we need to keep an eye on. The last prelim I want to talk about is Mr. Joe Pyfer versus Marc-Andre Barriault. Joe Pyfer said he's going to come out there, silence all the doubters with a performance. I think he did just that, or he silenced a very, very, very big majority of them. I mean, he looked fantastic. The power looked like it was still there. Joe Pyfer, I don't know who he gets next. I mean, his status within the middleweight ranking, in my opinion, is still kind of floating in there. I think he's a fringe top 15 guy, top 20 guy, somewhere around there. I don't think he's really those guys that's going to be fighting for a title within the next couple of years. That's just my opinion. He could, but I don't see it happening. Who do you guys want to see him fight next? I feel like he's has some very good matchups no matter where he goes. In the first main card fight of the night, we had Ian Machado Gary taking on Michael Venom Page. Fun fight. Not really. I just lied a little bit. Outside of the few striking exchanges they had, it really wasn't much. I mean, that third round, Ian Gary held on for dear life. Striking wise, I said that he could not strike with MVP, and I feel like I was right in that. I feel like MVP was faster. I feel like MVP landed the more cleaner shots in their stand-up exchanges. But Ian Gary did what he needed to win, which I said he needed to wrestle to win this fight, and he did. I'd never get mad at somebody for winning. I put them lower on the totem pole of me wanting to like push them in my head in my rankings, if that makes sense. But Ian Gary got the win, undefeated still. Who do you guys want to see him fight next? Let me know. MVP, still a very, very fun, energetic fighter. Should have a very fun fight when he comes back. Following that fight, we have Macy Sazon versus Mayra Bueno Silva. Sazon, I know I'll probably say her last name wrong, but she looked fantastic on the feet. Mayra Bueno Silva, she seemed like she wanted to keep going, but a cut like she had, I don't blame the doctor at all. That looked brutal. It was a clean elbow that caused it. I don't hate the decision by the ref. I feel like it saved her from herself in that situation. It's just one of those things where it's part of the sport. Mayra didn't want out. Macy didn't. Well, I'm pretty sure she cut her on purpose, but I don't think she meant to cut her and end the fight. Good win for Macy. Who do you guys want to see her fight next? Mayra Bueno Silva is the last person to contend for a title. So I feel like Macy's probably going to be pretty close to doing just that. What do you guys think? Following that fight, we have probably the dud of the night, in my opinion. We have Roman Dolidze versus Anthony Smith. Anthony Smith pretty much got beat up by a middleweight. I mean, Anthony Smith, his title hopes is more than likely gone, I would say. I'm pretty sure he'll say that too. Roman Dolidze looked okay at 205 pounds. I mean, this fight really didn't mean much to either one of these men, besides Anthony Smith potentially not ever getting back into the title picture. But I will say Roman Dolidze did rebound off of his loss really, really well in this fight. In the co-main event of the night, something that nobody has ever seen or expected, we had a fight changed the day of. Brian Ortega was out. Dan Ige in. Diego Lopez said, let's go. Love it, love it, love it. I mean, Dan Ige, he looked like he was ready to fight. I mean, that's whenever it was announced, that's the one thing I was worried about. I was like, bro, he's fighting on what, 4 hours notice? There's no way he's gonna be ready and in shape, ready to fight. But he said he was in camp for, I think it was like 6 or 7 weeks going into that. He looked absolutely fantastic going against Diego Lopez. Either one of them men should hold their head down about it. Diego Lopez did what he needed to do. He got the win, and you love to see things like that. Diego Lopez, what he gets next, I think if Brian Ortega wants to go back down and fight at 145, I think that should be the fight to make. Dan Ige, I don't know who he fights next, but I'm pretty sure he's going to get a very, very favorable, well, I'm not going to say favorable matchup, but a very, very favorable place on the card. I feel like he earns that. Diego Lopez, he has Movsar Evelev, Brian Ortega, maybe Yair Rodriguez. Who do you guys want to see him fight next? Let me know. The main event of the night, the fight that I wanted to see the absolute most, Alex Pereira versus Yuri Prochazka 2. Alex Pereira looks unstoppable. He looks unstoppable right now, man. I don't think there's a light heavyweight on the planet that can strike with that man right now. I didn't say that can't beat him. I said that can strike with him. Everybody that's tried it has failed, and failed pretty spectacularly at that. The power he has in his left hand is something that probably needs to be studied. That left hook at the end of the first round, I would have had no problem calling it off. Then just to come out within 30 seconds after getting concussed in the first round, I'm pretty sure, and get high kicked like that, I mean, it's not good for anybody. Alex Pereira, he says he wants to fight at the end of the year. I don't need to see him until next year, if I'm being completely honest. I feel like he's gave us enough fights in a short amount of time to where he earned his time off. But when he does come back, it will probably be Magomed Ankalaev. Hopefully Magomed just talking on these Twitter spaces and Twitter interviews and stuff like that, saying he's going to strike with him. Because if you try to strike with him, you're probably going to end up like the rest of the people on his highlight reel. So that's what it is. That was my UFC 303 experience. What did you guys think about it? Again, I know this video is late. That's on me. My bad. I'll do better from now on. Let me know what you guys think. Be good people. Peace.